Whoa! Hey everyone, welcome back to Ten's Friend Reaction Channel. Today we are reacting to scary videos, but it is Christmas scary spooky animation.
Yeah.
Click that like subscribe button to give us support, and in the comment section write something scary. Are you scared of zombies? Are you scared of vampires?
Or Grinch?
Or skeletons? Let me know, and let's watch!
It was Christmas Eve, 2001.
Yeah, Christmas.
I was 6 years old at the time. My parents had gone to the store in town to grab some last-minute supplies for Christmas. They'd left me in the barely capable hands of my older brother.
I get presents.
I was downstairs in the living room watching some cartoons on TV, while he was upstairs in his room listening to metal.
Shush.
As I'm sitting there, watching Dexter's Lab, I caught something out of the corner of my eye. Passing by my living room window was a guy in a big, floppy red hat.
Oh yeah.
He stopped at the window and looked in at me.
Nah, man. If I see this guy, I'm
dressed
gonna
up
freak
in a
out.
cheap Santa suit.
That's
He
for
had the
Santa.
big, fake white
That's
beard and everything.
scary.
That's
Even a
for
large
Santa.
sack slung over his shoulder.
Fake.
Now, to my childish mind, this really was Santa paying me a visit. Still, even then, I knew something was off.
Look at his skin. What do you mean
What
it's
unsettled
Santa?
me about him as he stared in through the window at me were his eyes.
If I see that, I'm
They
getting the
looked
gun.
sickly and yellow, with dark
Sniper.
bags hanging under
I'm
them.
gonna use my
His
comic
cheeks were
to
sunk,
that face.
and he didn't
gonna
exactly
shift
look
him
like the
to-
holly jolly jelly belly Santa
I'm
I
gonna shift him
imagined
to
growing
Godzilla
up.
and step on him.
He looked in at me for an uncomfortably long amount of time, and I looked back. Rather than be filled with joy, I just felt uncomfortable. But being so young, I didn't exactly know how to react. Santa was a good guy, right? While looking in, he motioned towards our front door, as if to say, "Let me in." I got up off the couch and walked into the hallway. I unlocked the door, but didn't touch the screen door in front of it like my parents had taught me.
It's gonna hit your head.
As such,
gonna
there was still a
he's
thin
gonna
layer
adopt
between
you
myself
to the
and the
scary
Santa
elves.
now standing on my porch.
Close it.
Why, hello there, little
If
boy.
I see that guy,
Merry Christmas.
I'm gonna
And
slam the
what's
door in
your
his
name?
face.
Oh, my
Michael.
name. Wrong door, wrong
I
answer.
remember feeling confused that he didn't know my
Cut
name.
that, yeah.
Goes this way.
I always thought Santa knew every kid's name.
Let's see.
Wasn't he supposed to have a list? Nice to meet you, Michael. Do you know who I am?
His name.
He told you.
I nodded yes. Well, I've heard you've been a very good boy this year, so I brought you this. He dipped his hands into the sack and pulled out a wrapped present. Held it out in front of him, as if to say, "Come and get it."
Bad present.
Being so young and
It would be a
naive,
bad present.
I was tempted to open the screen door and take the gift. But my parents had drilled stranger danger into me hard, to the point where I didn't even trust Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Santa's
All I
fake
could think to do was
I
tell
think
Santa
it's
that he had come too
run
early,
away.
and that he should come back at nighttime like he was supposed to. Put the present under our tree, you know?
No, open the door, guys.
Come now, Michael. Open up and come and get your present. It's a doozy. The temptation was
I'm
strong.
not gonna open my
I
present.
wanted the present, obviously. My imagination ran away with me,
I
thinking
know
about
you
which
like
new
presents,
cool
but-
toy it could be.
Yeah.
But I needed permission. I shouted up to my brother. "Daniel, come down here real quick."
No.
I'll never forget how
He's
that Santa's
gonna see
eyes
his
widened
face.
as I shouted that upstairs. Without hesitation, he turned and walked away.
What?
Thank you.
He hopped into a van outside our house that still had its engine running. All I could think
Santa
was,
doesn't have a fan.
where are the
He
reindeer?
has like a reindeer and
Within moments
those
of getting in,
Santas.
he drove off down the road, never to be seen again.
It's a little
Not by me, at least. My brother hadn't even heard me shouting because of the metal he was blasting. When my parents came back, I told them about the Santa that came to visit. They thought I was just pretending or playing a game.
He's not pretending. We just
A
saw
couple
it.
of days after Christmas,
We
the
will
news
figure
broke
this
out. An 8-year-old boy in our town had disappeared from his house after his parents ran to the stores. They'd only left him alone for 10 minutes. They never found him. My folks believed my story after that, and never left me alone with my brother again.
Where's his brother?
I thank my lucky stars we had that screen door
Where's his
in my
brother?
home.
Oh my God, guys! take my advice. If you're having a good time and you're home alone without
Home Alone, the movie.
Yeah, if you're home alone and your mom and dad are going somewhere, getting grocery shopping, whatever, and you look at your window and you see a creepy Santa looking at you, don't open the door. One, call the police, call the cops, 911 or 999. Yeah, call the cops. And the dumbest thing is opening the door and meeting him. In the news, it showed the boy that was missing, and I think it was that Santa who took that boy.
What's this guy's name?
Alright guys, let's go to the next video.
Open late, and it was always packed. Say what you will about how ice skating looks. It's one of those things that's truly fun for all ages, especially if you like watching newbies repeatedly eat facefuls of ice. My cousin and I skated around for about an hour or so before we decided to take a break. The monumental Christmas tree which loomed over the rink had a number of benches around its base, so that's where we elected to rest our ankles. But we'd barely had the time to loosen our laces before we were approached by a man dressed up as a cracked-out Grinch.
Good evening, boys.
Spinach.
Having a fantastic Christmas? Get any gifts?
Yeah, only lame ones.
Oh, that's just perfect. Santa Claus is just a big fraudulent butterball, isn't he? Well,
Like a meatball.
I'm not.
Dude, I could tell you put that green on with Sharpie. Your hair's just right, though.
Forget about that. When I say you'll get a present from me, you can bet your life on it.
Oh, yeah? What'd you steal from Whoville this year, Mr. Grinch? That's when the Grinch put on the most wicked of smiles and revealed from a scrappy sack a brand new PlayStation, still in its box. My cousin and I both changed tunes the moment we saw
Is
that.
it a 5?
You want this? Yeah,
Yeah,
of
it's a
course you
five.
do. But if you want it, you gotta do me a favor.
If it's,
A trade.
guys,
You
I'm
gotta
sorry, but I
climb
hate
to the very
PlayStation
top
5.
of that big
I hate
ugly
PlayStation
tree
5s.
and fetch
I like
me
PlayStation
the
4s
crowning
more better.
ornament.
Wow.
My cousin and I traded an uneasy look, then looked up to the top of the tree, searching. I don't see anything up there, man. I mean, there should be, but...
Oh, it's there. Sure as a forgotten New Year's resolution. It's there.
All right, man. I'll take you up on that. Make sure he doesn't leave, cuz. Before I could do anything to stop him, my cousin hopped the fence around the base of the tree and started his way up, climbing with a purpose. I kept one eye on him, and the other
Really?
eye
You
on the
don't need
Grinch, to make sure he didn't run off. However, within a few seconds, I started to realize that he seemed more invested in my cousin's climb than either of us. His black, pearly eyes gleamed with anticipation and glory, fixated on my cousin as he inched closer and closer to the top. Soon enough, some of the other people around us took notice of the man climbing the tree, stopping to point, gawk, and take pictures. Finally, when my cousin made it to the top and still saw nothing, he shouted down to us, "Where's the ornament?"
You are the ornament.
The Grinch shoved the PlayStation into my arms and came within an inch of my face as he said,
Merry Christmas, kid.
Then he ran towards the tree, hopped the fence, and threw his scrappy sack onto the ground at the base, pulled a lighter out of his pocket, and set it on the sack. I don't know what was in the bag, but as soon as the little flame licked the fabric sack, it shot up into an intense tower of fire. The Grinch yelped and jumped back, fleeing from the scene and laughing with despicable glee as he ran.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
By the time I looked back to my cousin, the fire had already consumed the base of the Christmas tree and was climbing with ferocious speed. Everyone at the rink now took notice, shrieking and panicking as if their life was in danger. My cousin was way up there, frantically trying to climb back down to no avail. I could see the fear on his face and the terrible decision in his eyes as he looked down, right at me. And that's when he jumped. He collided with the widening inferno wrapped around the tree, before hitting the pavement, tumbling through the crackling flames before disappearing into the hellish orange smoke at the bottom. I rushed over, dropping the PlayStation on the ground and jumping the fence. The hot metal burned my hands, and the smoke poured into my lungs, giving me scar tissue that I can still feel to this day. I fumbled around in the zero visibility haze until I found my cousin and pulled him free from the fire. Out in the open, I could see everything. How mangled and charred his body was. I thought he was dead. I just sat there in shock next to his motionless body until the ambulance came and took him away. I want to say that luckily he did survive. But if you've ever heard what recovering from full-body third-degree burns is like, you'll have no trouble believing me when I tell you that my cousin himself said he'd rather be dead than deal with the pain.
Oh my god! Bro, did you see that look? Bro, why are you crying? Bro, shut up! No, did you see that?
Yeah, if my cousin died in that fire, I'm gonna cry.
Bro, you don't have a cousin.
Yes, I do.
You don't. Look, let me check your family pictures. Look. There's no cousin in your family pictures.
What? Oh, hell no.
See? Did you see his face when he got burned?
Oh my god. I wish I was slapped this guy in the face.
And also, why did he jump off? Why can't he just wait for a little bit for the fire to get out
Ted.
and then jump?
Ted, what is called the Grinch of Big Broccoli?
He looks like what? The original Grinch from the movie is the better one than the Grinch from the animation.
But what was the mean one?
Yeah, the mean one. Yeah, I like that movie. Cool, not a broccoli. Alright guys, click that like and subscribe button. And remember, in the comment section, say something scary.